Hi, a bit of a different video this one. This will be a little video series on an amplifier. People are often asking me to restore or repair their amplifiers. They make an inquiry and they go away, usually when I've told them what I think it's going to cost. Obviously I try to keep my cost comparable with all the other people who do amplifiers, but I don't think people realise sometimes the amount of work involved to restore one. So this is a little series of videos that I'm going to make on this particular amplifier, which is out of a regis, just so you can see what's involved with it, and then you may appreciate the work that goes in to restoring one of these. As you can see, it's rusty. Now sometimes these are nice and you can save the paint, but to be honest, if you're restoring a jukebox, you wouldn't want something like this in the bottom of it. You would want it looking at least half tidy. So the only option with this one is to strip everything off and respray it, give it a nice coat of paint so it looks presentable. Right, a few other things we've noticed straight away. Got broken standy resistors there. You can't get these anymore, so I'm going to have to fit some other type of resistor in the place and blank off the hole, or just leave it as a ventilation hole. The can capacitors at the back, they obviously need replacing. Some people sling them underneath on tag strips, which I think is not good. Sometimes I do it if cost is at a premium, but on my own restorations or for somebody who doesn't mind spending a few more pounds, I'll put the proper can capacitors back on, which is a better job, because when I show you underneath in a minute, there's very little room to make a tidy job with tag strips. So we'll turn the amplifier over. It's been one good thing about this amplifier is untouched. It's never been got at by some bodger who's gone in there and messed everything up. So it's an untouched amplifier, which is always a good base to start a restoration. As you can see, there's the bottom of the can capacitors there. There's another big 200 microfarad capacitor there. All that will need replacing. You do get a bit more room when you remove this, so you could put a tag strip along there and put these capacitors in it, but I prefer to put the proper can ones back and replace that one. And obviously you've got all your coupling capacitors here, need to be replaced. All the resistors need to be checked for value, and they're usually drifted high, so they usually need replacing. Plate resistors always need replacing because they become noisy. Now the initial check on an amplifier, when you get like this, before you start and do anything, is to check transformers. This one hasn't got a mains transformer because it's in the power supply, but it has obviously got its output transformers. So the first thing to do is check the continuity and insulation resistance of the output transformers. And on this particular amplifier, one is US, is open circuit on the HT winding. Probably caused by bias supply, perhaps gone, caused the valve to red plate, took the transformer with it. I don't know till I investigate into the amplifier, find out why. Hopefully it went. May never find it, because I'm not obviously going to plug this in and switch it on and find out what happens. I'm just going to strip it, restore it, and then power it up on a variac. So this amplifier is not going to be cheap to be restored, because I wouldn't replace one output transformer without the other. So a pair of output transformers straight away is going to need replacing. This one has a lot of tap-ins on it. Obviously originally for 70 volt line and all the rest of it, that was originally in the jukebox for commercial use. I'm not going to put that back. I'm just going to use output transformers with just 8 and 16 ohm tap-ins on, so that you could use it in the jukebox as intended, or perhaps a pair of extension speakers as well if you wanted to. So a lot of this wiring here will be gone. Shame, but there you go. You're struggling to find output transformers with all the correct tap-ins on to put this back as it was, and it wouldn't be cost effective. So the transformers I'm going to put back are high quality transformers, but without some of the facilities that would have been on this amplifier when it was new, and which, to be honest, would be never used in a home environment. Okay, so there's a look at the amplifier before I start, and the next video I put up will be with the amplifier stripped down, either prepared for painting or painted. Okay, and then we'll go back and have another look at it when I start on the electronics. If you're rebuilding your own amplifier, it may be useful, or if you're just interested in what goes on when you restore an amplifier, again, you might find it interesting. Okay, thanks for watching. Next installment will be probably in a week's time.